We are now going to learn how to find the inverse of a logarithmic function. The inverse of any logarithmic function is an exponential function with the same base. So in order to find the inverse, we'll need to use an exponential at some point in the process. The first thing we do anytime we're finding an inverse, however, is to change the position of x and y. So if I do that, I get the equation x equals the logarithm with a base of 4, and on the inside of the logarithm is y divided by 3. So I've just switched the position of x and y so that I can use the inverse function here. But in order to get this y divided by 3 outside the logarithm, I need to use the inverse function, which is an exponential. So I'm going to take this base of 4 over to the other side and use it as an exponential base. So when I do that, this becomes 4 raised to the x equals y divided by 3. I no longer have a logarithm because I used its inverse function, which is an exponential, on the opposite side. Now the only other thing I need to do at this point is to isolate y. And the way I can do that, I'm going to take this 3 and multiply it off to the opposite side to get y by itself. So my final function for the inverse would be y equals 3 times 4 raised to the x power. So this function here is the inverse function of the one we started with, which was log base 4 of x divided by 3.